Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't pull my microphone close by, so now you can hear me. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's our last week and the last day of May. I'm really excited to turn the page on May, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a little bit. But I wanted to go over to the chat room and just see who's all here. We have Linda and Daisy. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Michelle. I'm hoping you'll be here too. I'm hoping that you can listen in. And Kelly's here. Good morning. Good morning. And Stephanie is here. Good morning. And then Kelly says, oh, yay. Yeah, I need to get outside and start crocheting outside. It's been really warm in the evenings, but I think that if I do an early morning before noon type of thing, I'll be able to sit outside. We've had a really, 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 really hot May. So, and it's just going to get hotter. And I just saw Kathy come in. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad you guys are all here. I'm going to start with the giveaway. I'm going to put on screen here what I'm giving away. Let me do that by itself. I'm giving away a copy of my wildflower poncho pattern. Well, it's kind of a topper / poncho. I'm going to go ahead and show you some pictures here of what it looks like. It's a rectangle seam together done in lace. I used a lace weight yarn, but you can go ahead and use fingering for this. That will work too. But I wanted to just show you that. And then I'm going to talk about the things that look a little different here in just a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to let you know, hang on one second, that if you would like to win a copy of this pattern today, you're going to type in #wildflower. So if you're interested in winning that pattern, go ahead and do that. Hello, Dawn. I just saw you pop in. Good morning. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. So go ahead and type in #wildflower if that's what you're interested in. And hi, Judy. I just saw you pop in too. Good morning, Judy. Okay, so I'm going to put myself back on screen. And I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit here. Honestly, I've had the craziest May known to man. In fact, I was just typing an email to my wholesale customers, letting them know about some of these changes. But for those of you who may not have heard of me talk about this before, actually back on the first Friday of May, around the 5th, I woke up to a ton of brute force attacks on my website. I use WordPress, or I used to use WordPress, I should mention. And WordPress is one of those platforms that is open source. So all the hackers like to hit that. And so fortunately, I had a firewall in place. And over the course of the month, I woke up every morning to anywhere between 80 and 150 attacks where people would try to hack in and my firewall would block them. And for each one of those notifications, that means they tried 10 times to get into my site using different passwords, using invalid usernames, all sorts of weird stuff. It's a robot that usually does it, and they spoof where they're coming from. But then those of you who are on the Crochet Crew heard me talking about that I was going to change my website and I was going to go to Squarespace. After about a week of setting up Squarespace, the last piece of it was to connect because I live in the state of Washington. I have to collect sales tax in Washington, and I could not connect to TaxJar, which is the one that automatically does the sales tax for me. So I didn't have to spend hours on end inputting all of the tax codes. There's like 36,000 tax codes. There's no way I was going to do that. So I go to try to connect that, and it was going to take them 2 weeks to figure it out for me. And I didn't have that kind of time. So I switched gears, and over the weekend, I got myself set up on Shopify. And my Shopify account is now up and running. And I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to go on screen and I'm going to do this. So I have a new website. It looks, some of the things are going to look similar to what you're used to. There's a few things that are still missing. So if you are a person who took a class from me in Loveland, I'm still trying to set up those class resource pages. So bear with me on that. You've got my shop here. All my patterns are now listed in by category. So if you click on like bags, you'll get bags. If you click on shawls, you'll get all my shawls. They're listed in the order they were released from newest to oldest. So always the newest pattern will be the very first one there in that particular category. You can also go by books. And what's nice is you can buy either digital or print on the same page, which I'm really excited about. And all the print books, if you purchase a print book, and this is true for all of my books that have a print option, you will receive the digital download for free. So just so you guys know, that's part of the features there. I also have gift cards. So if you're interested in getting someone a gift card, those are just the basic denominations they have. I may change those up later, but I just wanted to let you know that is available for anybody that you might want to send a gift to. I also have my about page, which I've changed it. I had to change it a little bit because it doesn't allow me to do some of the things that WordPress had. I also have my Crochet Crew page, which has changed a little bit for those of you who are already part of the Crochet Crew. You know about all these features, but I decided I was going to feature the fact that we have an app. So anyway, so there is the Crochet Crew if you're interested in that. In July, there's going to be more information about joining the Crochet Crew. I've set up a link that's called Extras, and that's where you can find out about being a pattern tester, my free patterns, all the stuff. All the stockists I need to go through and see who is still carrying my patterns, who's not, my testimonials. If somebody wants to interview me, there's my immediate information, et cetera, et cetera. Wholesale is there for anybody who's looking for wholesale. And then of course, I have my support. And I think you guys have seen this. I have a support help desk now where you can actually submit a ticket. I prefer that you submit tickets if you have a question for me rather than using my email. I am going to be not answering via email. In fact, everything on the new website now has, it does not have a monitored email address. So you have to use support to contact me. So that is something you guys need to know. And then also, oops, because I am there we go. Okay, so down here at the bottom, I have my icons, obviously, for my social media, but I also have all of the policies down here. So those are important for you guys to know about all that. And then there's the contact information, which will bring you to the support page. And if you hadn't noticed this already on my old site, this is there still if you need help. I have a, you can search for like, let's see, teaching. You can type in teaching and hit enter, and will Karen teach live at my Crochet Guild? I have automatically added all these little things for you guys. So you guys can do that. You can also go directly to, I'm going to clear that really quick. And you can actually, if there's something here, it's already something that you need, or you can use this as my contact form. And this will automatically put you through on the help desk. So that's really important, guys. I'm trying to keep my email clear. I've been having a trouble. Oops, I'm going to take that off screen for now. I've been having trouble with my email just getting so stopped up. So I'm going to ask everybody here who knows me to stop using my email address to contact me, unless it's a personal note or something like that. But if it has to do anything with crochet, Karen Hooley Designs, anything like that, please use my contact form rather than shoot me an email address, an email to my email address. In fact, I may be changing my email so to help prevent all that from happening. So just so you guys know, it's just been, my email inbox has been crazy, especially since I haven't been able to answer things for the last couple weeks because I've been dealing with this website issue. Okay. Kelly says, what Shopify is what we use at the store too. Yeah, Shopify has got a lot of things. I always thought it was a little more expensive than Squarespace, but I feel like I'm still spending a lot less than I was for my WordPress site, first of all. And then, I mean, I'm saving probably $150, $200 a year by switching to Shopify. I'm not going to use a lot of the bells and whistles at this point, but eventually there will be some things that I'll add as I go along. But right now, I'm just trying to get everything stabilized. And for those of you who didn't know about this, if you had an account on my old site, your account is now gone. So you can create a new account. Up at the top, you'll see a circle with a little person. That's where you can create a new account if you want to, or you can create an account when you check out the first time. The nice thing about Shopify is that you will have access to your patterns once you have purchased them, whether you're a Crochet Crew member and get them for free, or you actually purchase them. So that's something that I'm excited about. And I did, before I shut down the old site, I did print out every single order I had on WordPress and have a hard copy now. Actually, it's a digital copy. It's a spreadsheet, but I can go in and find any orders. So if you have patterns that you'd like me to put on your account, all you need to do is send me a support note and that using that need help, and that you can't use the contact form there. Tell me what patterns they are that you'd like to have put back into your account, and I will do that for you. I will have to verify, of course, everything that you asked for on that hard copy. Make sure that you did get it at some point, but that is what's happening. And I'm tired. I flipped the switch. Well, I actually had flipped the switch on Monday, and then we had a little bit of an issue. I had two people immediately buy patterns, and they never got them served, and I had to figure out that problem. So I had to shut it down again all day yesterday. And then about 2:30, 3 o'clock my time, I was able to flip the switch because after testing, it was all working again. It was weird because I tested while everything was offline, everything worked. And then as soon as I flipped the switch, something happened and I had to switch gears. So that is kind of what my life has been all month. Honestly, I'm so sorry that I have no specific topic here today other than that. So, excuse me. So that's that. I just saw a few more people popped in. Good morning, Renee. It's good to see you. And Carlene, good morning. And Judy says, yeah, you can wait, Judy, until I release the pattern next month if you want to. In fact, I highly recommend that you do it while you are purchasing something, including Crochet Crew people who have the free code to purchase the patterns that get released every month. I would wait until you do it that way. That way, your account's created, everything's working properly as far as the first pattern that you download. So just wanted to let you guys know that too. But yes, you will have to create a new account. There is no way I could transfer the accounts. Good morning, Charlene. It has been a while. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're feeling okay. Shopify may be more expensive in many ways. Yes, that's exactly it. The stress was killing me. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was waking up in the middle of the night stressing about all this stuff. I have a design. I have it here in front of me. I cannot show it to you. I was supposed to have it done 2 weeks ago, and I'm not even halfway through it yet because the stress was killing me. So I had to get this website figured out and done, and now it's ready to go. Now I can finish this project, start another one that I can't show you because they're both under contract, and get ready for teaching at Lancaster, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So for those of you who don't know, I'm teaching at Interweave Yarn Fest, Lancaster, Pennsylvania in August. I start teaching the 2nd, and I'll teach the 2nd through the 5th. Every single one of my classes has at least one person in it. Most of them have more. There's only one class that only has one person in it. So I am definitely going. It's not getting canceled. So if you're interested in going, I highly recommend it. It is a fun event. It's in Amish country. It's near Hershey, the Hershey factory. There's a whole lot of stuff. It's in a great location. Everybody I've talked to who has been to the area definitely says that it's a great hotel and conference center. So if you're interested, check it out. And I hope I'll see you there. I know there's a few Crochet Crew people already coming. They've already told me that they are. And I've been planning to have a Crochet Crew event there. So for those of you in the Crochet Crew, and I'm also planning to have just a regular sit and crochet event at one night as well. So if you're planning to come, let me know ahead of time and I'll let everybody know what's going on. So, and even if you don't come to take classes, but you can come spend the night and meet other crocheters, I would love to see you there. So let me know. So I am going to be working on that now, between that and these two designs I'm working on, and a couple other things that I am working on behind the scenes that you'll see starting, probably starting after I get back from Yarn Fest. And one of those things, I've alluded to this before, is a crochet along that's going to start when I get back from Yarn Fest. So that pattern has already been photographed, and I have it with TechEdit right now. So that'll be coming. I'm very excited. So hopefully you guys will join me for a crochet along. Anybody have any questions for me or comments about all this new stuff? I know I really brushed through it, but I just wanted to let you guys know because I have been such a frazzled mess all month. I'm really excited for June 1st. I'll be gone this weekend too. We're going to be driving over to the west side of the state. My son lives over there, and we're going to go spend the weekend with him. And then I have a doctor's appointment on Monday morning with my primary practitioner because I cannot find one here that will stay with their practice. I'll keep leaving. So I am going to be Monday morning. I have a doctor's appointment. Then we're going to drive back. So I'll be back in the office on Tuesday. But I'm really looking forward to that because I can stop stressing about everything else. And I have almost 4 hours both ways to be able to crochet in the car. So I'm hopefully going to get everything done that I need to get done. Anybody have any questions for me? Thank you, Carlene. Thank you. There's some tweaks I still need to do to the way it looks, but it's so much cleaner, so much easier. I don't have to fuss as much as I had to before to make it look good on mobile and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about it. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Oh, and I should let you know, be watching for my newsletter. If you're not already on my newsletter, on Tuesday, you will get a newsletter from me that will have a discount code for everyone on my website as kind of a celebratory. I've got a new website. You can save some money. So there you go. Okay, Kelly, I have been thinking about starting to do teaching. Are there classes and certifications you recommend for both knitting and crochet? Well, there is the Craft Yarn Council certification, which I am certified both as a teacher and as an instructor. I highly recommend those two classes, or that program. It's a program broken up into two parts, is really what it is. I did that back in 2012, and the best thing that it taught me was how to organize a class so if you've got a 2-hour class, you know exactly how to pace your class. even if you've got some people that are really slow and some people that are really fast, how to do that. And they have it for both crochet and for knitters. I only have the crochet certifications and the certificates. In fact, I need to get those put on my wall. I have the certificates. They used to be hanging up in my old office. Now they're not. And I used to have them behind me so that when I was teaching online, people could see that I was certified. However, I'll be honest with you, you do not have to be certified at all to teach these classes. I started teaching live classes at big events in 2004, long before I was ever certified. So honestly, as long as you know how to teach something to someone, I would just say, are you planning to teach at the shop? Or are you planning to teach at events, Kelly? I don't know what you're looking for, but let me know, because I started teaching at shops, gosh, before my kids were born. So, and my son is going to be 27 in September. So you don't have to be certified. You just have to know what you're doing. And the person who hires you has to trust you. Now, for local events, I mean, if you've got events there locally that your shop participates in and you want to apply for those, I would definitely do that. I wouldn't say go to the interweaves right now. You need to have a few years under your belt teaching in a shop or at local events, things like that, before you go to something like interweave or something like that. So I would look for local events. If you have any fiber festivals in the area, that kind of thing, that's where I would start. But I mean, like Stitches is gone now. I don't know if you guys heard that, but Stitches filed bankruptcy. They're gone. I honestly believe that there's a couple other larger events. I don't think Interweave's going to be having any issues right now, but there's a couple other larger events that I'm kind of eyeing, going, I don't know if I would even apply to them right now. So I'm just warning you, start locally first and see, because our industry is shaking up so badly right now that it's very, very, volatile. I mean, this whole Stitches thing shook up a lot of people, and I don't necessarily agree with how some of the people who were supposed to teach at some of the upcoming Stitches events are handling the situation at all. I saw the writing on the wall with Stitches back in 2013, 2012, that time frame, or not even then, probably earlier than that. And that's why I stopped teaching for Stitches. There is a lot of issues there, and the pandemic only made things worse. So honestly, I would start with local events first, Kelly, definitely. If you really feel like you want some help, I would go to the Craft Yarn Council. I think it's craftyarncouncil.com. Hang on, let me look it up. I'll put it in the Craft Yarn Council. I'll put the link in the website or in the chat for the event, for their education. Hang on. Here we go. Become a certified teacher. Okay. 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 Kelly, I just put the link to the website with the teaching information in the chat, so that should help. Linda said she's great. Okay. I'm sure it's fine. Actually, I do have access to the back end. Hang on. I do see you there. Linda just asked you for your email address. Is that what it did? It didn't. Okay, because your username should not. And one of the things I should mention to you guys, make sure your username is not your email address unless it asks you for it. I haven't checked that part. But that's one way people can hack into my account, because if they somehow breach and get your information, and they have your email address, that can be a problem. So if you can go in and change your account so that your username is not your email address, that would be great. If it lets you do that. Yes, a couple of magazines and TV show have folded. Yes, I mean Crochet Magazine. Last issue is this summer's. That's shocking to me. I'll be honest with you. That one, um, and there's a couple others that have over the years. I mean, look at Interweave Crochet Magazine is no longer really a printed magazine. It is a website now. So that and it's really sad what has been happening. Yarn shops are closing. Yarn shops are struggling. Dyers, even yarn companies are struggling. So you have to be very, very careful with what you're doing. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad that it made you certain. I mean, honestly, I had been teaching for a long time, but the best thing it taught me was having how to time my classes. And you there every class is different that you teach at events is different because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes I do end up having to say, okay, I'm gonna do a video for this and send it to you because that does happen. But more often than not, I can get everything into a class that I need to in the allotted time I have. So that's just something to think about. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yes, and it gave me a new code. Okay. And then Carlene said, yes, happily hooked. That's the other one that stopped. I'm not surprised. I'll be honest with you. I am not surprised that that's gone as well. There are so many free patterns out there, and people go through periods of buying yarn and not buying yarn. Yes. The only caveat I'm going to tell you about free patterns is you get what you pay for in a lot of places. So that's why you don't see me doing free patterns very often. It's mostly for my newsletter. And every once in a while, there'll be a free pattern for something, but it's not free for very long because if you want a good, well-written pattern, there's a lot of money that gets involved with that. So you do have to be careful. And yes, the buying yarn and not buying yarn, that's where the craft store or the yarn shops are having issues. The actual physical yarn shops. The yarn shop tours are good and bad for these. One of the things I've heard from people all over the country is that they save up their money and they go once a year to the yarn shop tour, and that's when they buy their yarn, and then they don't buy the rest of the year, which is great because the yarn shops get a windfall of money right then and there, but for the rest of the year, they're struggling. So that's something to think about too when you're buying yarn. You have this, yeah, but it feels different too. It is a little bit different. And Edie Ekman is now doing a lot of the classes for Craft Yarn Council. And I think she's doing, I'm trying to remember if she's doing bold knit or crochet. The master teachers though, my master teachers was, oh gosh, now I can see her, Barbara Van Elsen was my teacher, and the gal who used to do the knitting was a big knitting designer. I think she may have retired, but I can't think of her name now. It's like I'm drawing a blank what her name is, but I know Edie is picking up a lot of those classes. So if you're going to do the live classes, now they do have I tried to do the self-paced twice by myself. Did not work for me because I was very much how do we do this? How do I say this? I was very much this is more important. This is actually making me money. I have to do this first before I do that. By actually taking the live class, and I was lucky because I actually took the class in, believe it or not, Reno, Nevada, for 3 days before the Crochet Guild of America event in Reno happened. Craft Yarn Council did the live classes, and that's what I did. And I took the class with Shannon Mullet Bowlesby of the Sheba Guys. He was in my class. a couple other people that I cannot think off the top of my head that are designers took the class. They don't teach nationally, but they do teach locally. So I cannot remember their names now. Who else was in that class? That was 2012. So I cannot, it's been a long time, but it is a little bit teaching this way versus teaching in a classroom is very, very different, extremely different. Let's see. Yes, we struggle during the summer, especially since there are so many lakes right here and not much knitting crocheting going on. Yes. And, even as a designer, that's hard for me too, because nobody wants to buy patterns during the summer. So I'm trying to think of new ways to offer things that people would like to do. Maybe if it's not buying a pattern, maybe it's a quick class or learning about something in crochet that they don't have to actually put the yarn in their lap for. So I'm coming up with some ideas. I just don't know what to do at that point right now with all of that. Okay. I have one new thing in the shop that I can show you, or actually, yeah. So I'm going to show you, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, my husband and I went to an alpaca farm. And it's only an hour away from here. And the gal who runs the alpaca farm, I actually met in a mastermind group called the Starship. Oh gosh, back in like I want to say it was like 2012 for that too. Because I think it was 2015 I finally dropped out because I was in it for 3 years. She was just starting her alpaca farm. She was thinking about doing a B&B with the alpacas, but then that just became too much. So now what she does is she does these, what she calls meet and greets. And so we got to go to the alpaca farm for an hour. We got to meet the female alpacas. We got to see the males, but they were separated because a lot of the females we're expecting. There's 4 babies that they know for sure. We're expecting possibly a 5th. And the day after we were there, the first cria dropped, a little girl named Dixie. So cute. But the name of the farm is called Old Homestead Alpacas. And I'm planning to do on my social media a blurb about what we did there. And I have pictures and stuff. But she also had yarn for sale, of course. So I had to buy some yarn. This is from Birdie, who was the first mama to drop the cria. This is what she does is she has the professionally processed into yarn. I believe she dyes it herself, if I remember. So this was the 2022-23 color yellow. But this yellow, I'm not a yellow person. Most of you guys know that. I'm blues. Everything's blue. I can't even wear yellow really because it makes me so pale. But this color just had happy and the sun was shining and it was really warm. And so yellow was it. I had to get the yellow. And these were the last three hanks she had of this. And it's her alpacas are the Surrey alpacas. So she has 70% Surrey alpaca and 30% wool. And they're 50 gram hanks. So I got 3 of them. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I love them. So you'll be seeing those on the hook pretty soon, probably. Okay. Kelly asks, does alpaca harm stretch less when it's crocheted versus knitted? No. Well, I shouldn't say that. It probably does a little bit because of the way the knots are formed. But it's still pretty stretchy. I had a purple alpaca. Well, it was like Modern Metro, but it was done in a different stitch pattern. That it was an old, actually, I think it was exactly the same stitch pattern, and that thing stretched and stretched and stretched. That's why I finally, when they asked me to redo Modern Metro in a different yarn, I was like, yes, I will do that. So I did, and it doesn't stretch as much. But I can't say it stretches as much as knitting. Well, I think it depends on the stitch too. I think if you were to do just straight up double crochets, yeah, it would stretch as much as it does in knitting. Single crochet, slip stitch, probably not so much. Not as much. I mean, it's still going to stretch. No matter what you do, alpaca is going to stretch. You always want to blend. And even with a blend, sometimes I'm hoping that the wool that's in this one won't make it, will help with that stress issue. Okay, then I also finished a project which I know my Crochet Crew people have seen, and it's still in the same state since the last time you guys saw it. I finished my grandson's sweater. I need to block it. I need to weave in ends. But this is the festival sweater from Petite Knits. I did it in an 18-month size, no, 2T size. So he can wear it. I'm giving it to him for his birthday on the 17th. So I still got to weave in the ends, but that's done and block it. But I'm so excited that's done. And now we've got to work on another project for him. But it turned out really cute. It's Leading Men Fiber Arts. There's their DK weight base, and it will, and even the bobble stripes are done in a DK weight. And my daughter asked for lots of color, so she got lots of color. So that's what we're getting. I'm gonna, hopefully, I'm gonna get that blocked before I leave, and then I'll have it ready to wrap up. And I still have to make him a blanket, because my daughter asked for a blanket that I had made for one of my nieces who just had a little boy in December. And so I've got the yarn for that. I just need to make it. And it's a fast one. In fact, that might come with me to the west side of the state this weekend. But the sweater turned out really, really cute. Hopefully I'll have it blocked and post pictures on social media. Okay, and then also I wanted to let you know on June 14th, June 14th, I am going to have Daniel from Nitty Gritty Yarns in New Mexico on for a interview for the Dyer interviews. In fact, I need to touch base with him today and make sure he's still up for all of that. And then July and August, I'm taking off from interviews because everybody I talk to about interviews for those 2 months are either out of town or busy with events and things like that. So I cannot get anybody to come. So we're going to take a 2-month break on the live interviews, and hopefully in September I will have somebody. If in September I can't get somebody, then we'll start in October. And then we'll go back to monthly interviews. But summer, like you said, lakes are around there and up there. Here it's so sunshiny everywhere. Everybody's taking vacations now that things have opened up pretty much everywhere. People are in Europe, people are everywhere. So I'm hoping that next summer it won't be as bad, but this year it's everybody's gone. So but I will do my 4th Wednesday live streams. Anybody have any questions for me? I'm pretty much done. Oh, I should show one more time. Hang on a second. Let me go back for the giveaway. For those of you who popped in late, hang on one second here. Okay. I am giving away a copy of Wildflower. That's the pattern I released earlier this month. If you are interested in entering to win that pattern, type in chat #Wildflower. Right now I have 0 entries. So you have a good chance if you enter right now to win that pattern. The only 2 people who are not available or cannot win this month is Deb Easton from Alaska. I don't think she's here. And Carrie, whose jet went in. She won last month. So those 2 are not available, but everybody else is more than welcome to enter. Okay, I'm going to take that off screen for a second, put me back. And I just saw Judy. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would consider Canadian dyers. I still won't be doing them in July and August. You just tell me who you want to see and I will contact them and let them know. Or you can tell them that I do these interviews if you know them and ask them to contact me. But either way, I don't care where they are from. So definitely, if you have one, use my contact form on that. Do not send me an email. Use the need help icon at the bottom of my website and send me information. Absolutely. Kelly, you're talking about the Wildflower, how much we yarn? I used lace weight for this one. I used Anzula Fibers Breeze for this one. And it took 955 yards in lace weight for the size I made. It's probably going to be about the same for the larger size. It's just a few extra stitches. I mean, I'll probably be closer to 1,000 yards for the larger size. For some reason, I did not put the weight for the larger size. But yeah, or how much yardage. I'll have to fix that. But yes, it in lace weight, if it's fingering weight, all bets are off. You're going to have to figure out what your yardage is going to be. I see a bunch of wildflowers coming in. You already have it. Yes, you can use fingering weight, Linda. I know a lot of people don't like lace weight as much as I do. And I always try to design things with lace weight in a gauge that fingering weight may work for you. So there's very few things that I have done in lace weight that you cannot convert to. In fact, I can't think of one that you can't convert to. The only one that might be iffy is the beachcomber sweater in my book, Coastal Crochet. That one may be a little difficult to get in. So I'm trying to think here. Carrie's here. Good morning, Carrie. See, I told you I would eventually remember your name. Carrie, I'm so glad. Cornbread and Honey, she does some really great yarns. I hope you guys enjoyed her visit with us. And her coupon code that she gave us, which I don't have in front of me right now, is good until the end of day today. So if you want to order something from her, now's the time. She's also opening a yarn shop. I don't know how many of you follow her on Instagram, but she just announced it like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So she's opening up a yarn shop too, as well as doing her hand dyes. So that's very exciting. I'm so glad you like her yarn though. She has some great colorways. Fiber Company Meadow yarn would be awesome in this pattern. Oh yeah, Fiber Company has some really great yarns. Carrie, you won last month. I'm sorry, you're not going to be eligible. So if your name comes up, I'm going to have to redraw because you won last month. You can only enter every other month. So this month and next month you won't be able to enter, but you can enter every third month. So I apologize. I'm sorry. It's very heavy lace weight. That should be totally fine. You should be totally fine for that one. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to ask me or questions or before we go? I have another 15 minutes or so before I have to go, but I'd be glad to answer any questions or answer comments. I'm going to try to I'm hoping this month is going to be really busy for me too. Between going over to the West Side this weekend, I have next weekend off, the following weekend off. And then the next weekend, the next 2 weekends, the weekend of the 17th and the 24th, I'm going to be gone as well. So I'm going to try to have a topic for our next monthly live chat, which is on the 28th, but I can't guarantee it. Where did you say? Okay, if there's a support tab at the top, and you can enter a ticket there, or if you look at the very bottom of the page, there is a little icon that says on the bottom right-hand corner, it says "Need help with the question mark." And if you click on that, there's a place that says "Contact Form," and you just click on that, and it'll give you a. I'll bring back my wildflower here. Hang on one second. I'll put that back on screen. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to put this back on screen. And then I'm going to add this. Okay, so if you look on screen at the bottom right here, and as you scroll, you'll see it stays. It says need help. I'm going to use my magnifier here. Right here, this need help. That is what you want to click on. If you click on that, it opens up this, and then you can contact me using the contact form right here. So if you go to the bottom of the page, this is where you can look to see where I have my pre-done Hang on a second. Somebody's calling me. Okay. This is where you can search for help to see if I have an answer, a pre-answered question. But if not, you can just hit contact us. I don't know why my phone was ringing. Okay. But that's that. I'm going to take that off screen now. Okay. I wish I could get together, but this is a weekend with my son. So otherwise I would have done something where I could meet some of my people over on the west side. But this is a weekend, and then I have a doctor's appointment on Monday in Woodinville, of all places. But she is my primary care doctor because I can't find one here. So unfortunately, it's more of a family thing this week. So otherwise, I will be there. And I saw your no pressure. Don't worry about that. Awesome. Okay. Okay. That's no. I mean, you can use the support tab too. That's another way to get there. It's a ticket up there, and on the bottom it's a contact form. It goes to the same place. It's just that the support tab tells you it's a ticket. So anyway, anybody else have a question? Bev, I will definitely have to plan another trip out there and do a group meetup or somewhere. So we'll have to do that. Okay. Anybody else before I go? I'm really tired today. I hardly got any sleep last night. I was really warm. It was really warm. We're in the 90s here these days, and we're getting close to 100. I should look and see what today's supposed to be. Oh, today's only supposed to be in the 80s. Yeah, see, this weekend we start hitting the high 90s, and then next week we're going to hit in the hundreds. Oh, here we go. Okay. If nobody else has a question, to find my new website, you just type in KarenHooley.com, just like you normally do, Bevy, and it's just the same thing. It's just that instead of being the old platform, it's now a new platform. So Karen Hooley. Yeah, see, I have it underneath my name too here. Oh, I can't spell my own name. There we go. There we go. I put it in the chat, so you've got it there. That's warmer than Dallas. You've been in the 80s, heading toward 90s. Yeah. We're gonna hit. I'm in the high desert of Washington, so we're gonna get really hot. Last summer we got into the 118s one day, so it's gonna be interesting because last summer was when my daughter had my grandson, and I was in Spokane the entire time helping her out. It seemed like on the weekends that I got home, it would cool off a little. And then I'd get back up there and it'd be a lot cooler, like 10, 20 degrees cooler up there than it was down here. So kind of crazy. Okay. Anybody else before we go? I just saw 59. Yeah, that's the one thing I miss, the cooler Mays and Junes. I don't miss the rain this time of year. I like having really, really warm weather. I'm in California, born and bred, but I don't like the really high temperatures. You give me between 75 and 85, I'd be happy as a clam all year long. But anything above 85, I'm melting. So I will not be at Fiber Fusion this year, unfortunately. Fiber Fusion is this weekend, actually, coming up, the 3rd and 4th of June. I was supposed to teach, but that didn't work out. And so I decided not to vend this year and to spend the time with my son. Because we rarely go over there just to see him. It's usually because we have other things to do. I do have a doctor's appointment, but that's not until after he goes back to work on Monday. So unfortunately I won't be there this year. Linda, she'll gladly trade weather. So yeah, 59 though. That's getting a little bit warmer. That's good. I mean, it's still a little chilly. but it's good. It's getting warmer, and you're up in the islands, so yeah, it's not so bad up there, Camino. So yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. So if you haven't already, I'm going to put this back on screen. Oops, let me do the tool here really fast. Okay, so we've got some entries there now. So I'm going to do the draw. I'm going to count back from 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wanted to make sure that I had the right screen on the screen. Kelly is our winner. Congratulations. I'm going to put my confetti on here too. Congratulations. Okay, Kelly. What I'm going to do is I am going to, the way my new website works, I should mention this, is that the way my new website works is that I can create an account for you. I have your email address. So what I will do is I will create an account for you. It'll send you a notification with the link to the pattern. You'll see on it's really nice now that you'll get 2 emails for downloads. One will be the receipt that says download patterns now on it. And then you'll get a second one in case you didn't see that link that actually has a big, huge button. This is the way the software works. Big, huge button that you can click on and it'll allow you to download there. And then what that will do is that will create an account for you and you will be able to download the pattern as many times as you want, just like in my old site. So congratulations. I just going to go back to me now. There we go. There we go. Congratulations. Your mother-in-law will love that. That's good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Okay. Anybody else have a comment, question they wanted before we go? I'm just going to wait here a second. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay. Well, you guys have a great week. I will see you for sure on the 14th with, I think, let me make sure it is the 14th before I say that. Yes. On the 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific, I will be doing my interview with Daniel from Nitty Gritty Yarns in New Mexico. So be watching for that. And then also, I will be back on the 28th for our normal live chat, hoping that next month I'll have something to teach. I have a couple ideas. I just could not, with the way the website was this month, I just could not get it all together to be able to do that this week. So I'm going to hide that really quick. So otherwise, I will see you next month. For those of you in the crochet crew, I won't see you until the 12th. So I will talk to you guys all later. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. Talk to you later. Bye, all. Oh, I forgot I need to do this. Hang on. Now I can say goodbye.